Good evening. I know I got my head covered. Crazy, done. It was so hot today, and the temperature is going to continue to heat overnight too, because we had a like some type of storm come through here, and like the first I knew, I was watching something on the internet, and the lights went out, and the internet kept going for a minute or so. I turned that off, unplugged everything, and the lights came back on, and they went back off. But to come to find out, we had 65-mile-an-hour winds. Well, we had 60 gusting up to 65-mile-an-hour winds there. So that rain came in. It was just like, I swear to God, just like somebody just dumped a bucket of water. But it was more to the south and north of here. That most of it was like in Mississippi. And so I was sitting on the porch, and I had a letter that I wanted that I put in the mailbox to be picked up by the mail person. Of course, in Memphis, one of the biggest things that I hate about Memphis is that they really don't really do their job right. You can't tell them, because they'll be like, I do my work, I'm doing my work, not doing a damn thing, but making a lot of mostly just trying to bully, find some scapegoat or some excuse. So, if you could imagine, like, dealing with the type of mentality that they had in, like, with the police department, like, say in St. Louis, like the way they were acting after they killed that man, like it's like they got to punish everybody else for their behavior. That's how they do here, like the post office, the electric company, the Family Dollar store, Kroger's, so, like they have a mentality, and it's not everybody, but it's prevalent enough that it's sort of, you just know that. Okay, but it all stems to me from them getting whooped, But anyway, the stupid mailman, it was a guy this time. I'm sitting on the porch, and I have my weather radio on, and I know it's in Mississippi, but that alert came up, but it was coming up, and it was naming Mississippi. So obviously he heard the alarm, but he ain't comprehend. He just takes off. He was right by the post office. They got an easy job where they sit their ass in the car. All they got to do is do their job. Rain, sleet, snow, dead of night, or heat, or whatever. They supposed to be able to, they got some type of, and trust me, any type of like the postman model, or any type of like rules or regulations, their biggest thing is they is not doing it. Somehow they got a wonderful excuse not. I've never seen. Well, I had one job where I was working with this one place where this girl, she was a good artist at not doing work, but it just takes so much energy. And plus, I don't really mind doing stuff. But anyway, so he just drove right by. I'm going to call the post office in the morning. And it don't really matter what you say to these people, because anybody that doesn't do shit like them, or, to them, that you just crazy, and I know, like, I've been here long enough and been around long enough that I know their behavior, it comes from being whooped. Like the other, the other female post lady that don't like me, she did the same thing. That's why I didn't chase after him, saying, would you please just, take the envelope. I know there's a storm out here, and I know you're driving in your truck. Can you imagine if he had to go from door to door like they do and walk, and all once wind was kicked up, and you're carrying that mailbox, and lightning, a motherfucker that, what I'm saying, with common sense be like, well, shit, I might as well dunk in this building like in New York and, fill up the post box in here, avoid the, or just go to the next house and get out, like out here, go to the next house, get under the eave, or whatever. And if you finish delivering it, at least in the midst of the storm, your bag will get lighter. but they were in the truck, you know, and don't. So, but anyway, the other post lady, I chased her one time trying to get her to get a letter. That was 2 years of her getting told. Well, a dog came like running after me. They petrified the dogs. These are the number one people that I don't. They treat the same way they treat their dogs as they treat kids. You know, and it's sad. They leave the dogs chained up, like 24/7. There's one house I passed. The dog barks. It's in. I don't know how big the dog is, but it's always in one of those plastic little like crates that you could buy to carry your dogs in on the porch. And you know what I'm saying? So like the same way they do their dogs, the same way they train their kids. Their kids are trained to be, you know, like to be eventually just stay in a cage somewhere, or like, you know, like jail, i.e. Prison. Like the guy across the street, his kid's in jail. First he went to juvie for stabbing somebody. I don't know if he killed that person or not. And then when he came out of juvie, and he was rehabilitated to shooting. And they come out. When they come out, really damaged, really emotionally and physically. Because like that time when he was in juvie, you know, which like they're blaming the child, but I blame the fact that they have a bad problem with raping and whooping and beating the fuck out of these kids. If you want to make a horrible person, and a person that's scared of their own shadows and unable to comprehend, beat them and start whooping them as a young child. Anyway, they scared of dogs. Like this kid across the way, there's a big old doofus dog from the next street over on what is that? Well, anyway, the next street over, and I've been seeing this dog since it was a puppy, but it was always a doofus. It's some type of what is it? Saint Bernard and Dover, pit bull like mixture. You know, white with a brown spot, like on the back. But anyway, but it's the friendliest dog you ever want, and it's smart enough to know that since it's so big that not to bark. You know, it's not really a barking yuck dog, but it intentionally doesn't bark because it's been around these people that are petrified of anything like a normal mammal might do. Like they hate babies crying, hate dogs barking. You know, which they always say a barking dog never bites. So their thing is the opposite. The dog that looks at you and growling, you go up to it and get mauled. But anyway, this little kid, he's about 8 or 9 years old. He's coming around the corner with like 2 grown women. His mom's on the porch over here. The little boy takes off running because he sees the dog. Just starts screaming bloody fucking murder. You know, the type of scream that would make me think that some child's getting killed, but that's the normal scream that you hear when the mother whoops the kid. So the kid takes off running. The 2 people that's with him sees him running, sees the dog, don't try to do nothing for the kid. They just like pretty much both legs hop up in the air and just like do a bow face and take off running away from the kid. And so I just yell at the dog, Spot, come here. And, you know, Spot, you know, is chasing him because Spot thinks he's playing. It's, you know, they do that. You know, the dog doesn't. The dog doesn't know, just like the parents don't know that scream is supposed to be for danger. And so the mom, she don't come to the kid's age. She ain't getting off the fucking porch. She's gonna yell at me, "Is that my kid?" I'm like, I don't know. Shit, fuck. I think she's like here they're real paranoid. I think everybody's watching them, so they think I know which kid is there. So like I don't know. I mean, I sit on my porch and I didn't fucking really want to be bothered with y'all. You know, I'm doing something usually. But anyway, so Spot comes back to me and I tell Spot to go. Spot, take your ass on home. And he knows English. He knows about 300 words. He has a nice master. She's a sweetie. And the dog's got a great personality. But they you know what I'm saying, They're so busy like trying to hit and kick. You know what I'm saying? Like the other post lady, she hated my dog so much, I'm pretty sure she's the one that killed it, but, you know, that's Christians. They don't mind whooping. I mean, I don't mean no offense, because that's not all of them, but, you know, they get get on this high horse of righteousness and judgmental, and so that, you know, that makes it all right. So you never know when one of these all holy molys, you know. And she actually, this crazy bitch, she don't want to deliver mail, but she want to pick up some drugs right here in front of my house, which I didn't appreciate. The guy that was in front of my house, I already told him he needed to get stepping. You know, there's nothing over here for him. And then so she pulls back over here, and he walks down Gillis. So I'm like, you know, so I'm looking. That's my property on the other end too. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so, you know, he's I don't know if she's getting crack or weed or fucking who knows, pills, who knows, whatever it is. He ain't fucking welcome around on this little motherfucker corner here. You know what I'm saying? You know, this ain't your corner. I pay taxes on this corner. This is my corner. You know, and as dumb as the police are, I don't want them to, they'll see you, know you're a male, and you know, fuck with me. You know, is he been doing that same shit forever? So anyway, I called in about me not getting my package because she didn't fucking leave my package. You know. And then her excuse about the dog at that time, I'm like, well, they already killed the dog, so she knows that there ain't no fucking dog here. Why are you playing games like there's a dog over here? There's no dog over here anymore. There hasn't been a dog over here since she killed it. Since somebody killed it. I didn't say she did. I'm like, since somebody murdered, and the lady, you know, cut you off in the middle of the sentence. That's their favorite thing. That's the favorite thing ignorant racist people do. Cut you off in the middle of the sentence. Well, who killed it? I said, you know, or who's they? I'm like, well, if I knew who they was, I would have mentioned them by their names. You know, or if you wait until I finish the sentence, then you know, you would know something. Like they go by that old theory, like there's no bad question. But when I was teaching, yeah, there's no wrong, you know, or something like, you know, like there's no like something about asking a question, whatever. Yeah, there is a bad question. It's the one when you doing it just really in a way to get off subject. You know, you could ask a question that just, you know, out of here. How am I supposed to know? If I didn't know who it was, they'd be, you know, if I actually seen it, you know what I'm saying, not just rumors or whatever. If I actually seen it, I would, you know, at least let them know I know they're a murderer. But anyway, so they didn't take my mail. It's not really that shitty important, but you know, I mean, the post office, ever since they decided to go privatize and be a sponsor for that guy on the bicycle. Is that my elbow? And they dry his shit up. Anyway, yeah, that's my elbow. You know, which was the most retarded shit. I don't know what's going on, but America's got worse. Anyway, just remember, if you whoop your kids, that they just turn out to be horrible people. I'm sorry. They always acting like they's missing that ass whooping and want to do something to, you know, to fuck with somebody else, or like, you know, like, oh, I'm sitting out on the porch because I'm scared of a thunderstorm. It ain't even a fucking thunderstorm no more. There's nothing no more. But I'm scared. That's why I'm sitting out there. And they would never be out there, you know, because I'm scared. The most projecting, double-binding hypocrites that have ever been around, and it's the worst thing I think it is for kids, is whooping and that double-binding hypocrite shit. You know, their mouth says one thing, but they do another thing. You know, if you wake up every morning and before you put your foot down on the floor, you done already broke 6 commandments. You know, like they're like, oh, well, I'm a Christian and God forgive me. You keep thinking that. You know, some things you know, like, I don't know the way I was brought up. There's no forgiveness for what you cause pain, discomfort to a child. You know, there's no, you know, the child is something that's supposed. It's a gift that for, you know, really in your old age when you know, like when you get past 70, because they promise what 70, that's 70 in the Bible. You get past 70, you're, you know, that child's supposed to be a benefit to you. But around here, when these ladies get over 70s, especially this one lady over here on Kings Road, her son, if he wants something from her and she don't want to give it to him, well, he gives her a good old-fashioned whooping. And and let me tell you something. That's why a lot of these men think they can put their hands on a woman. And keep whipping your kids. They got more excuses for not doing their fucking work. You know, you were out in the rain, you're in a fucking car, you know what I'm saying, you're in the weather, and you can't fucking drop the mail off. And Tuesday's the day we get our advertisements for the stores and everything. So unless you threw that shit out, he should have brought that shit back. So I call in the morning, I'm like, what's really going on? Well, how come we couldn't get Tuesday mail? And I'm sitting on the porch watching this fool ride by me. And if I'm sitting on the porch, believe me, whatever you're supposed to be scared of, you way fucking delayed your fucking reaction. You know. And trust me, if you see the birds flying around and the dogs flying around, you know, it's not. It's just a nice little misty coming down now. And there's no lightning, there's no thunder, and the wind had died down, and it's all about a 20-minute drive, doing about 60 miles an hour away from here in Mississippi. And, you know, there's a line, it's about it's like an hour-long rain line going down there, but it's starting like from like Tupelo, anyway, that was bad, all the way down to Oxford, so all the way out of the other way. But anyway, again, he didn't know that part, but when you look around and you don't see the wind ain't blowing, never mind. I don't even, like, try to tell people, like, just use fucking whooping. I guess they don't need common sense. Yeah. The Confederate flag, the South has rise to the most ignorant, disgusting, narcissistic, double-binding hypocrite that whoop their kids. And I'm sorry, I can't stand people that whoop their kids. They're just so judgmental, they're just so hateful. It's like they're always looking for their ass to get whooped. Like they miss their mama's ass whooping, but I ain't your fucking mama. You know, and I ain't your child. And you know, if you want to beat somebody 2 fucking feet, well, I'm taller than that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They expect. Just wonder why there's so much violence in Memphis and Walker Home. Why? Just keep wondering why these kids they're all the time hitting. Where the fuck they learn it from? Who knows? I don't know what we're gonna do with these kids. Maybe we need new programs. Maybe it's not, because all the money that's going to the school is getting diverted to other stuff that has nothing to do with the kids learning. So just keep hitting those kids because they're just getting trifling and roguish.